Good day, my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Back Collectibles. And I know this is really the moment that a lot of you have actually been waiting for as I do a side-by-side comparison of the two Poison Ivies. These are both Hush from Prime One Studio, and some people are very pro-green and some people are very pro-flesh color. This is the brand new variant that I just got in and reviewed for you guys. Basically identical statue, however, there are paint differences, and obviously the skin tone and hair are both different on both. And so I want to kind of compare and contrast so you guys can see really the difference between the two, like what looks different to me with my eye, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go in a little tighter for you guys, and we'll start with the bases. The bases, for the most part, are identical. Very similar paint application, obviously, from painter to painter. It's going to be a little different, obviously, but I feel like some of the colors on the green is a little bit more muted overall, but the plant monsters look exactly the same. The actual, what do you call these, like pieces of plant or whatever this is called, they are identical on both. You can see that maybe this one with some of this effect here is a little bit of a more orangey color. This one's a little bit more brownish in person, but they're pretty close. I mean, the paint application's pretty close. But again, the plants themselves are basically identical. Okay. What really changes with this one, though, is the paint application on any of the wood elements. You can see that there's a lot more green, where if we look over here, it's just brown. There's maybe a little bit of green, but it's basically brown, okay? There are also elements on here where you can see green, but this is a much more muted, darker color, brown, or maybe kind of, I don't know if you want to say faded brown, but I want you to see that brown compared to this. You can see it's a little bit more of a richer brown. Obviously the green is going to pop more on this one as well, and I think that was intentional, where there definitely is green elements, but it's more subdued. It's more of a faded color because it is meant to blend in with the rest of the statue. I feel like the paint applications were all very intentional. So if we like come up here and look at some of that green compared to this green here, you can really see the difference. Can you see? This is definitely more of a brighter green color, and that goes all the way up. And again, I think that's intentional because she doesn't have green on, okay? And then of course, you know, some of the paint applications, obviously, again, the flesh color, those white toenail polish, which is great. And if we come over here, you're gonna see, again, it had kind of a grayish white. The detail, though, is exactly the same. You see the vein in her foot there. You see the vein in her foot there. The way the colors pop off of her skin, I think definitely you notice them more. You notice the leaves. Again, as we come over here, with the green, you notice the leaves, but they definitely blend in a little bit. And then as we go up the statue, again, you're going to notice just incredible detail. And the detail is exactly the same over here. Again, you can just see the vinery a little bit more. And again, the detail of the suit is exactly the same as well. So again, I feel like that's kind of a wash, but I do feel like the green does pop a little bit more on this one. Let's look at the plant monster. So the plant monster, again, has all of these really green elements through it, okay? Again, it just looks incredible. The teeth, all of that looks great. And then if we come over here, the colors are a little bit different. Obviously, you don't have all of that green through here. There's subtle hints of it. But I do feel like the plant monster itself stands out even more because of that green, okay? And again, that green goes all the way up the statue, all the way up and around. These right here are identical paint-wise. I feel like they look exactly the same pretty much. I don't really see any differences at all to the naked eye. There's a little bit of green down here, and then more green down here. So again, you could really see the difference in how much greener the moss is that's kind of growing on there. Okay, you look at the vines here. It's a darker green. This is a lighter color green. It's more in tune with her body. So keep, again, just there's subtle differences, subtle differences. Getting the detail on her hand. Let's go to the detail in her hand. So again, with the flesh, I just feel like there's a little bit more detail because you could just see it. It's brighter. Again, the chest will be the exact same. Again, I just feel like the color of green pops more because it's against a lighter color. Again, looks really great. So the next thing is obviously the big difference, okay? Not only is the paint different on both of these a little bit, but obviously the portrait. And this one, I have a light right up here, so I do apologize. Let me see if I can kind of move my hand a little bit so you guys can kind of see out of shadow, but beautiful portrait, really beautiful. The only thing I haven't loved about this one as much is there is a seam kind of where the hair goes. And that's, just a little nitpick of mine, but her hair is more crazy. It's more wild. Whereas this one, if we look at that portrait compared to this portrait, again, she's softer. She's just softer. She looks maybe a little less intimidating, a little bit more sultry here. Obviously, they completely redid her hair. So again, you have that hair there next to this hair here. So this is definitely more wild, a little bit maybe more evil, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word. But you can see that it is a beautiful sculpt, beautiful hair. And then again, we've got a little bit more subdued, a little straighter, still beautifully painted. Again, the color of her lips, dark blood red, definitely brighter here, more of a cherry color. So again, exact same face, but just green and different. I mean, again, it's all paint and the hair. So I'm going to go back to a wide shot here just so maybe you can kind of see them a little bit better side by side. So again, they're really beautiful, both of them. I feel like where this one definitely wins is, of course, it is true to the comic. This is Batman Hush. This is Jim Lee. In that comic, she was green. And it does add a nice pop of color in the collection. I've got some blue, I've got some different colors over here, but this really does pop in terms of color, okay? And I think she's beautiful. But then if you come over here, and she's also stunning. She's also absolutely gorgeous. This is more of a traditional ivy, which is what I tend to prefer. But again, just the presence that either one has is really stunning. It really is stunning. And it's hard to pick. For me, I lean more toward this one because I like that traditional ivy. This one is still really great. It is awesome. And I have to make a choice here. I have to choose which one I'm going to pick. And for me, I'm still leaning toward this one. I have this one for sale. If anybody is interested, this one is for sale right now. You can hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. As stated many times, this is the exclusive. The box will say exclusive, and this is the exclusive right here. However, I am keeping it. So it is because it is signed by Jim Lee. I don't want to part with this, and so I am selling it as is. I'm selling it without the exclusive. So again, please keep that in mind. I've said it many times, and so if you're interested, hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. I'd love to get this out to you. But some people said, hey, Chris, keep both of them. I just can't. It would just be silly for me to keep both, even though I love them both. But again, I tend to gravitate toward the flesh ivy versus the green. And that's just personal taste. I know some of you out there will say, hey, Chris, I absolutely love the green. And that's awesome. I mean, green ivy's cool, but I guess I'm just a little bit more traditional, and I like the classic. So anyway, I'm going to get in a little tighter again. What do you guys think? Green? Does green take the cake? Does flesh color take the cake? Which one is it? Which one has the better paint job? Again, they're basically identical statues other than paint. That is the big difference. And of course, green versus flesh. So again, which one do you guys like better? Please let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this little comparison. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And I just cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support of not only me, but the channel itself, and all of your kind words over the last couple months. You guys have just been incredible. Can't thank you guys enough. So anyway, thank you. Let me know which ones you like better. And again, if you're interested, hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com, and we can talk some numbers. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Prime One, for creating such incredible statues that I can share with you guys. I absolutely love this hobby and love being part of it with you guys. All right, I'll quit talking now. See you guys in the back cave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.